All right, guys, we're here at what they call the fish tank, aquarium, all that good stuff. As you can see, I've got my St. Croix bank robber, and I'm running my 250 grain sink line on the new reel, and I'm throwing Disco Stew. No promises, but we're gonna see what happens. Set my drag, good. Just to give you an idea how that guy fishes and swims, here you go, guys. I'll let you see him swim there for a second in the water. You can see him swimming right there, that little glitter bug in the water. This guy pisses the fish off like you wouldn't believe. So let's see if we can get out there. Little jerk, strip, jerk, strip, jerk, strip. You can see him in the water right there. Jerk strips, just like that. I'm really hoping you guys can see how he is sinking and then taking off right past that rock. That's what you want with these guys. I'm gonna roll it out in front of me, pick it up, and deliver my cast. We're gonna see if we can catch pig. If not, I'm gonna switch flies. There he is right there. Still not out far enough. There we go. Give him a minute to sink and we'll see what happens. Ooh, thought I had one. Now I am running Maxim 20 pound 12-inch section and Maxim 12 pound on an 18-inch section. As you can see, that's the whole length of my leader. And that's all you really need for this type of fishing. Let's see if we can find somebody in this hole out there. Water temp's really cold, so I got to take it really slow. Kind of slow and lethargic, kind of. Give it a couple of jerks, nothing. Okay, I'm gonna roll it back out, try a different spot. Now once I get out into that seam down there where the water's picking up, I'll have better odds. I just had a bite. Yep, that was definitely a bite because I don't have anything hooked to the hook. As you can see, these 250 grain sink lines that Kelly Gallup designed to go with his bank robber and his new fly rod that he's got out with Echo. I don't know the name of it, but it is totally awesome from what I hear. These lines were made to pair with these rods. They are okay with other rods, but they do pair best with these. Oh, that was a good hit. We're getting really close here. The water that I'm in is about knee deep, and honestly, as you can see, there's a seam right there. It comes around and then it goes down to where my wife is nymph fishing. She was gonna try streamers, but she's not quite there yet, so we're gonna keep her on the nymph rig until she understands how to cast a little bit better. And there we go. See, guys, Disco Stew catches fish. Just like that. And he's not going anywhere. Come here, buddy. All right, guys, there you go. Disco Stew, just like that. Okay? That was Disco Stew. Come here. Give me that hook back. That right there is a quality brown. Like I said, guys, this fly is not available commercially yet. So you'll either have to get a hold of me and send me a message or something, or check out my time lapse on how to tie it. And now I just got to get this big old knot that he created out of my tip of my rod here. Oh yeah, he did a number on that one. Let's get that done right there. Bingo. Okay, here we go again. Let's try it again. Jerk, strip, retrieve. Jerk the rod, strip the excess. Jerk the rod, strip the excess. Okay? And I swear, I'm telling you guys, the fish really hate this fly a lot. I mean, they absolutely hate it. Every time I fish this thing, something wants to come kill it. Go a little bit farther up. Right there. And I'm going to fish up there here in a second. You see that shelf? I'm fishing the end of that shelf because all these fish are hanging out right here at the end of this shelf. So my next cast, all the way up there. Got a bump. Now this jerk, strip, retrieve. Nope. Oh, he's a big one. Okay, he's going on the reel. He's going on the reel. Lock your forearm like that. Okay. You see the bend in the rod? This is a 7-weight rod, so this guy's big. See if I can bring him up to me. There he is. See, I told you, Disco Stu. Look at that brown. Oh my God, that is beautiful colors. And he is upset because he ate my Disco Stu. Looks like he wanted to party. This is a big old fat guy. Look at this. Look at those colors. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, guys. Look at the size of this fish. This guy has got some serious shoulder to him. Come on. Come on, give it back. Got him hooked on my net too at the same time. Come on, give me it back. Thank you. All right. Look at the size of that fish, guys. Oh, that is a beautiful brown. What do you think, babe?
That's awesome.
Let him go. And then we're gonna pull the fly back out of the net. All right. So there it is. Now I'm gonna pull the camera out here for a second, just so I gotta make sure that it's on. Yeah, you guys are on, so I hope you're enjoying the footage. Now, I invented these flies probably, oh, I don't know, I'd have to say it's been probably 8 years ago now that I invented these flies. And I've been wanting to send them in and just haven't. But I think they really do need to go in because I've got tons of photos of all three of the flies, my Disco Stu, my Roxanne, and my Magic School Bus. I've got multiple photos of fish with them in their mouth that I've caught from right here actually. And now that I've got Disco Stu on video, that might increase the odds of being able to get him tied commercially. Because that's something I always wanted. I wanted to have my own fly on the market. Mainly my own streamer. Now, if you were watching my nymphing video, my really long one, where I'm talking a lot like I am right now, I called that fly the Mountain Stone. Well, I've actually renamed that fly thanks to the coronavirus and Kelly Gallup actually. Kelly Gallup tied a stonefly imitation that he had just invented and he called it the Corona Stoner. So I called my fly the rolling stoner, just to kind of pun off of his fly. So he has the Corona stoner and I've got the rolling stoner. Now if you pay attention, you'll see all this foam in the water. That's food for the fish. Anytime you see foam in the water, that's the biomass that is in the river that is seamed up in the pockets where the fish will be eating. So if you're ever fly fishing and you're wondering where do I throw my line, throw it into the foam. Twig. Yep. There was no fight on that. That's what told me there was a twig. I felt the tension, but I didn't feel anything trying to snap back or pull really hard. So that told me that was a twig, not a fish. Now, this is not a hole that you absolutely have to fish a sink line in. I just really like fishing my sink line more than anything. I could have thrown the dry line on, but it just doesn't respond the same. As far as like getting down, you're letting the fly do all the work instead of the line going down with the fly. And I like to run close to the bottom. As you can see, I'm pulling up twigs. Except for those first two fish, which are really nice fish. See Disco Stew swimming in there again. See, he's grabbing some of this algae, which tells me I am definitely on the bottom, which is where I want to be with this fly. Okay, that's Disco Stew. Like I said, I called him Disco Stew because he looks like a giant disco ball in the water. And I'm actually getting ready to tie him with a deer hair head. I'm going to switch over to the Magic School Bus pattern and see if I can land one on that. So keep in mind, people, when I take this and I do the jerk, both of those fish were set on the jerk, not the strip. Okay, that's why you strip the excess, jerk the rod, because if you feel tension, wham, you've got your hook set. Hey guys, I put the Magic School Bus pattern on right here, and I'm gonna see how well it does. Normally they eat it, but we'll see if I can actually get something on camera this time. I caught another 2 fish after I turned the camera off with Disco Stew. So we're gonna see what happens with the school bus. And I'm gonna start in the same thing. I'm gonna fish this little pocket up here, up to that little inlet right there where those 2 Canadian geese are. Apparently they don't want to be in Canada, they'd rather be in Montana. That's all right. Give them a little bit of space. Ooh, I thought I felt a bump. Water temps are pretty cold right now. You can see how that thing swims. Swims, little dive, swim, little dive, swim, little dive. These are small tungsten heads on this fly, so they don't dive really hard. There's no other weight tied to the fly, so that's why I fish it on a sinking line. Now this fly, I do have pictures of this fly being eaten with, you know, the fly in the fish's mouth. So if I don't get this on video, no big deal, I'll come back and try it another time. This pattern is actually a lot better in the fall than it is in the spring, and obviously we're out here in the spring right now. But regardless, it still has a good hookup ratio depending on what river you're fishing, where you're fishing, how you're fishing. But I just wanted to switch it up because I tied it with the idea of it simulating a brown. The tails are really whippy. You can see it opens up a lot, the tail whips. And I'll bring it back this way for you so you can see it. You can see it kind of sinks, tail whips up, the fly puffs up, you know, and it just kind of stays stagnant there for a little bit, almost like a bass lure. You got to be careful fishing around these Canadian geese too, because there was one day where, nope, there's one. There he is. Got him. Get him on the reel. Come on. Rod up. Okay. Oh yeah. That one's pretty decent. Do you guys want to see this fish? Yeah? All right, I'll bring him up. Come here, buddy. Whoa, you got a face full of school bus, buddy. Look at that. Look at that. Now, the Magic School Bus was actually the very first streamer I ever tied that I invented, and he mangled that thing. That's a really good brown right there. Not much of the fall colors left on him, but you can still see some of the blue and the red. And he would be over the length of my forearm if I didn't have my finger in his mouth. So let me fix this fly now that he went ahead and mangled that. Okay, I'm gonna dip it real quick. Dip it one more time. All right, you guys can see what this fly looks like out of the water once it's wet, and you can see those dumbbell eyes that I've got. Okay, so we'll try it again now. It seems they like to eat this guy a little bit farther down the seam, and you can see he doesn't really sink that fast. He sinks about 2 to 2.5 inches per second. And so this is a fly with no weight other than the tungsten eyes, and the sink line's doing all the work. Now I do have another one that's almost the same. He's a little different actually, and I call him the short bus, and I'll show him a little bit later on, and I'll do a time lapse on how to tie him, but I call him the short bus, and he's half the size of this fly, and he gets absolutely destroyed. Okay, and if I don't get another hit on this guy pretty soon, I'm gonna switch off, and I'm gonna switch over to Roxanne, and we'll try Roxanne in here and see how that fly does. I think it's a little too early in the season for the Magic School Bus right now. All right, we're gonna give it one more, and I'm gonna shut the camera off and switch flies. Maybe 2 more. Yeah, 2 more. This last one. Try and go right out there, just to the end of that shelf right there, and see if we can get one more to hook up, and I'm gonna go switch to Roxanne. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the Roxanne fly, guys. I'll be right back. Just throw you back out there. And I shut the camera off one cast too early. Woo! He wants to run. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good fish. Keep the rod high up in the air like that. It forces the fish's head up to the surface, keeps him from being able to go underneath rocks and stuff like that. So there it is, guys. Second brown trout of the day on the Magic School Bus. And as you can see, he's a pretty big one too. Easy, 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 easy. Let me get that fly out of your mouth, dude. Let me get that fly out of your face. There you go. That's a really good 14, 16 inch brown trout, just coming off of winter. Look at that. What a beauty. All right, I'm gonna switch to Roxanne, guys. I'll see you later. All right, everybody. Well, the cloud cover came over, so it might be a little hard to fish this fly, but there's the Roxanne fly. I just went ahead and put it on, and I'll throw it out. You guys can see how it swims in the water. As you can see, it's a little bit of a diver, but it does what most flies do. It's got that shimmer fringe on it, so it's a little bit of a blueback. And this one honestly crushes it just as much as Disco Stew and the Magic School Bus. So we're gonna see what happens. Same thing as last time. I'm gonna fish right there and up, and then move down and see. So, first cast, here we go. Same retrieve, same line, same everything, just different fly. And it's my fly, not available commercially. So If you can figure out how to tie it off of my time lapses, cool. If not, I do have a video on how to actually tie Roxanne, because I had to tie a version big enough for pike, because I found out this is a multi-species fly. So Roxanne and Disco Stew, I'm pretty sure they will work for bass as well, in case you wanted to try that. Now this cloud cover that came over kind of messed up everything a little bit for me now, because this is actually a fly that you should be fishing in like full sun. But I don't think it's gonna happen. They might still eat it just because it's kind of irritating. All right, I'm gonna cast into an area where I know they're at and start moving down the river a little bit to more shelfy water. And as you can see, the weather is starting to get nasty, so we're not going to be able to hang out for very much longer, because I actually just felt the drop hit me, which means I got about 20 minutes to a half an hour, and then I got to book it out of here because I'm going to get rained on. So hopefully I can nail a fish before we leave on the Roxanne fly. If not, I'll come back another day and catch one on the Roxanne fly. That way you guys can see. But honestly, I look at it this way, guys. 2 of my streamers that I invented, I have just caught on camera catching fish more than once. So if I'm telling you this one catches fish, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. These are my particular inventions. They are not available commercially, so I have no reason. Yep, there he is. There he is. There he is. Fan that reel. Pull some slack, fan the reel. Got him on it, good. Okay, fight the drag, buddy. Fight the drag. What a drag, man. Whoa. All right, guys, are you ready to see this fish? I think you're ready to see this fish. Let's bring him up. There he is. See? There he is. Bring a little bit more line in. That way you don't think I'm doing any crazy editing. I'll show you right there. That is in fact a Roxanne fly. You can see the blue on it. And this fish wasn't really serious. He ate the tail. He didn't like it. He was trying to nip it out of there. He didn't like it being in his territory, so he nipped it. We got him right on the corner of the mouth, right out of the back hook. But as you can see, another 14, probably 12, 13, 14 inch brown trout just coming off from winter on the Roxanne fly. This is what the fly looks like, just like that. All right, last cast. Very last cast. I'm going right upstream with it. Right up there. Just like that. If I don't get anything here, it'll be next time, guys. You know me. Gotta have another one. Make sure you cast until you're walking out. I'm going to jerk and reel, jerk and reel, jerk and reel, jerk and reel. That way I can reel in my line. And if I hook a fish, he's already tight. All right, well, there it is. I hope you enjoyed the footage. And I will see you guys next time I come out and I do my streamer tests. Like I said, that was Roxanne, 1 fish, Magic School Bus, 2 fish, Disco Stew, 5 fish. So, like we said earlier, subscribe, share, hit the like button if you liked anything, and don't forget about the notification bell, okay? I'll see you guys later, and I'll get another streamer up for you soon. You take care.